firefighting pipe. So I find many issues with the coordination everywhere, but it's not coordinated as well. So I discussed this issue with my manager, Mr. Georgie. He already left, I think. So I discussed that why don't already we have an architectural in 3D, like in the beam model. So why don't we work it in MEP services also in beam model? So I thought we can only have, we don't have any option that we are using Archicad, so that's why we cannot input the Archicad like MEP. So he said there is a MEP Archicad. Believe me, this software, I really appreciate that it's very easy and very convenient to learn very fast. That I never know that Archicad also have a MEP. Since we started this one, we have got success in this software. So as you can see, this is the coordination drawing. We cannot understand anything if we see the levels, and it's okay if we are a technical, if we are engineers, we can little bit understand, but it's very difficult for site people, for the supervisor or the foreman charge, and they cannot understand these things. And if we give us blindly, they will get stuck at site. So what we done, another thing, like we already prepared the AutoCAD drawings. So which drawings we have incorporated into the Archicad, and based on the drawings we have prepared the 3D drawings, MEP. So after that my issue was that again we have to change it into the 2D in Archicad, again we have to work it on AutoCAD. But here we have got a nice solution that within this software we can prepare a shop drawing as well, that giving as more as detail which we are giving in AutoCAD. So we prepare drawings in AutoCAD as well, in 2D, which all the information. I will give you some drawings you can see and check how we are prepared. And as well as 3D is also we are providing as a software to the site. So the 3D site people like foreman charge and the ductman, they can easily understand the coordination by seeing the 3D drawings. And we are providing them 3D drawings so that they can avoid the clashes and the further problems. So here we have made.
Open up some news. It is your. See the navigator. Open up some news. There you can see the sprinklers around not only the fire water pipes. So
also we can give all the dimensions and the bottom of pipe, bottom of ducts, everything. And also we can take the quantity of the pipes and ducts for BOQ.
So with all your N's and T's, does that have the quantity information?
Yeah, everything we
Not
can.
just number, but
show some.
No, we can take it the quantity with the sizes, like for the bends or elbows and T-tapper, whatever, all the information which we are inputting in the drawing, we can get the quantity with the schedule, with the sizes and with the quantity.
you're including to certain size, certain diameters, you're not modeling, or valve sizes, or you're modeling absolutely everything, like down 15 diameter valves, 15 diameter.
No, we are modeling accurate sizes. If we have a wall size, we are following the material submittal, all those steps, and we are following all
So some
accurate.
consultants won't put in they'll only use schematics, put all the valves associated with some components or some equipment. If it's under 15 diameter or below 20 diameter, we say refer to schematics, not in the model. Just that little detail, obviously,
Yeah,
takes
yeah.
model absolutely.
But in their case, I think they're a mix of design and a contractor. So that's why they're putting whatever methods, but then,
Yeah. So for as-built, you want flexibility.
yeah, because they're preparing their shop drawings,
Yeah.
And that is usually, or in many times, what is happening. The BIM modeler team is behind the construction, and that's a big issue. They are just trying to follow up what is happening on site. But we have the opportunity here to be in front of them, and
So here you can see how we are providing the shop drawing, like 3D drawing for the site, to the site people, so that they can easily see how exactly it's going to be constructed at site. So they can do the services and the cable trays and ducting, diffusers, and how the ceiling going to be at site. So it is very helpful for and very easy for them to understand. And it's make very fast at site to complete the project.
In terms of coordination, how strong is the clash detection capabilities for this?
Yeah, if you have any clash, so it will automatically.
yeah, clash detection is depends on the LOD, because if you don't model every single opening on every single hole, and if you really have to care about everything when you are going for clash detection. Of course, there's an option, but with a project like this size, I would say it is 2 times more work with clash detections. So what was happening basically? Ismail was doing the whole coordination by himself. So in this case, he had the opportunity to know what he did before, and in the same file he was working in all the services. So at the time he made the line, he was able to see it in 3D that it is going to clash or not. So clash detection is working, but it's much more work, much more detail you have to put, because otherwise you will see every single spotlight and that is clashing with your duct. Of course it is clashing, but it is time and time to put them into their position, and we don't even have the interior drawings yet. They are under revision. This is revision 12, and we are facing at least 3 more till the building complete. So
There is a separate tool for classification.
yeah, we are going to show. After this, there will be a small sample project, just a studio room, and then you will see the clash detection as well, how it works. I think we can go there.
What software were you using before this?
AutoCAD. The company.
AutoCAD 2D.
AutoCAD 2D. The company was using AutoCAD 2D. Now we are trying to force other people to try and at least. Okay, go to the sample.
Like what we have done here, MEP coordination, so that these all ground floor, first floor, second floor. If I open the ground floor, you can find only all the services within the one drawing, like MEP, electrical, and all other services. So accordingly, we have segregated the services into the like MEP, HVAC. When I open MEP, HVAC, there will be only one service. You can see HVAC service, which has already coordinated with all other services. So when I am giving the drawing to the site, I am giving the HVAC service drawing with 3D coordination drawing, so that they can easily understand that this service is running. And we also can provide them the levels of the duct, SAD 500 by 300, it's running on this level. So every detail we can provide it to them. It's very easy to give them all the dimensions and the levels if we create labels in the dirt, automatically we are making the 3D views. Also, it's very easy to create the 3D views, and within the 3D views, we also give them the labels and the sizes, everything, all the details. And also, it's very easy, like we are giving section details and other stuffs.
Jump to the sample project.
One second. Also, it's very easy to for drainage.
You can customize the fittings.
Sorry,
You can customize fittings.
pretty?
Fittings like height fittings, or you can down from any size.
No, it's by default. It's already yeah, and
You don't have all the details. I mean, it has fittings are dependent on that, but the hangers are not part of the hanging spikes, for example.
So like, we are talking about elbows and T joint and all the other
In
fittings.
general, suppose I need push fit fittings. There is a by default fittings, okay? But you are saying we are working on LED 400, 500. So I need in drainage, I need a push fit fittings.
Yeah, yeah.
These different fittings.
For drainage, yeah.
We can customize or just we have to use that same.
No, you have to download it and you have to
From which side?
from graphics.
Maybe if it's there, I don't know. So if it is there, but you can create your own. That's the point, that you can easily create your own. Okay, jump to the sample project and what do you want to show?
I have saved some views. So also you can see the settings for the drainage and the wash basin and all other. Has been coordinated with trunking, cable trays, and ducting, supply duct, return duct. This is the
Sample project?
Yeah.
Just go down. Archicad, the right one, right. The right one. Okay. Sample. There it is.
How many people worked on this project?
2. Me and Ismail. Only 2.
What's the period?
Hmm?
Period of time, how many people worked on this project?
Just 2 of us working. I mean, for advice, we are going to Mr. John, but 2 of us now, and basically the full MEP, all the services are done by Ismail. So now he's going to present for a little bit how it is working in action with the small room. So
this is, we have a very one sample model that how duct routing and yeah, how exactly the connection and the shoe neck, all of the gonna work. So here we will take like duct sizes. Anyhow, we calculate duct sizes by the ductulator, as we don't have an option like Rivet. If we if we input the flow, the duct sizes will come automatically. But here we have to do some manually by the ductulator like that. So I take this duct size 750 by 300. So let us see. And also we
It's
have
FA,
and also we have the MEP system and routing, and this is the layer. We have to follow layers also in this one. So also here, if you see here, you can general setting like insulation, whether you want to show the insulation into the drawing, now how much the insulation thickness will be, like 50 mm, like 25 mm or 30 mm, and which system, which duct exactly you are going to draw, it's a FAD or a SAD or RAD, because it will take automatically from system. Like if you draw a FAD, it gives all detail about the pressure duct. So if you select RAD, it gives all the like coloring, like the layers, all those steps. Otherwise, it's very easy actually. And here you have to select the layers. If you want to create a new layer, again you have to go like.
Go back to the routing. There you can start.
Okay.
Just start the routing.
Like here, it's now I'm drawing that supply duct. So SAD, and here I have to change the system SAD, and here we go.
Let's start. It's my first time meeting the Hungarian keyboard. So you change the size, it is giving you the transition at the moment, and you edit it like a polyline. So you just click through places, and
So it comes with the insulation and with the bottom of that with all the information.
There is option for flange joint and split joint.
Flank, yeah, there is like how much the flank sizes will be, like 20 mm, like I should. If you select the duct, if you go to the MEP custom setting, here the connection, whether the main duct is like rectangular duct, whether if you want a circular duct or oval duct, or the what will be the size and wall thickness and connection type, whether it's a flange connection, if you want to show the flange, or if you want to show the simple word, like if you want to show the flange, what will be the flange size, it's how much the thickness will be, like 20 mm or like this. So I normally use 20, 25. So here it's it's give the blend symbol and the color settings, all those stuff. So insulation, if I uncheck the insulation, again you cannot see the insulation to this depth. So there is also an option that whether you take the BOD with the insulation or without insulation, also there is an option. If you don't want to show the insulation in the drawing, but if you want the bottom of the duct with insulation, also you can show it in your drawing. So here I will take one tapping. Like, whether you want to take a T or what exactly the connection between. Normally it will be a shoe like in the in piping we used to take T joint or V joint or like that. So if you want to run this like here, if you want to run in this way, so if you shift the if you select a shift, hold shift and move the arrow, it goes only this direction. If you leave the shift and it goes all other direction. Yeah. So now you can see that our ducts are not in center of the diffuser. It's slightly away. So if you want to select all the duct, if you select this one, it is like
it's the same system.
same system. Like there is one option here. Okay, fine. I will select
Center of the diffuser.
So here is how exactly it looks like. So this is the return duct, this is the supply duct. Also we have provided the diffusers for this area for entrance for lobby. So this is how I find very easy to work under the software and for coordination. It's very easy software to learn for fresher who really new in MEP 3D modeling. So it takes very less time to understand and work on it.
Create a 3D view.
So like here we can create a 3D view. I think you have seen the drawings which I have shown to create the 3D shop drawings. So just we go to the document and we 3D view like 3D documents, and we just give the name of the drawing like HVAC ducting. Create. Actually, like if you want to show the fill or like we have a option whether you want to show the color or if you want to show just 2D lines. Set model view. Here we have created no fill or with fill. If you select with fill, there will be color in this thing. So also you can give the show the.
So 3D is basically different from the real 3D view. It is static and it is vectorial. So it is not based on the OpenGL 3D window. It is a drawing, but you can select the actual elements. So you can see the label is taking the color from the MEP system, so it is more easy to recognize in a crowded.
Can it react to the ceiling? If I want to increase the ceiling, I don't want 3.2. Can everything react to that or no?
Yes. In the Archicad, elements are linked, just like in Revit. Everything is linked to floor, and you have how much it raised from the floor or synced to regarding the floor. So if you change the floor levels, everything is changing with them. So
I don't have to go to each one and manually remove the ceiling.
No. Just have to make sure when you are placing the elements that they are linked to a certain story.
So again, all the specializations will react to the ceiling. I can just drag the ceiling up. And
Not the ceiling. I mean, to the ceiling you cannot link.
Yeah,
You can link it to the story, and if you change the story height, your elements will move. But
for example, you put on the 3D and then I realize actually I can utilize another 10 centimeters and I push the ceiling up.
in that case, you have select the full system. This is very convenient because you don't have to move each element one by one. You select the whole system and you move it down 10 centimeters.
What about elbow connections? They can adjust automatically or you have to move the entire network up?
I think elbow connections you have to
Manually.
maintain at that certain area. Yeah. Okay, and
Actually, as in stretching, no. If you're stretching it as a system, it's adjustable. If you're stretching it as individual, yes, but if you're stretching it as a system or moving as a system, it is adjusted.
Okay. Show the collision.
For the if we have a collision section, there is also an option. If you select this one, it shows you the collision point and the new markup entry is created. Show markup. So here you have an option like it shows if you open the layer, it shows you which collision exactly. So here you can see this colors. Here you see the color has changed for the duct. Just because it's having a clash with the wall. So like this you can, because we have not created the cutout like opening for the duct. So purposely we have done that just to show you the collision how it exactly detects. So if I open this layer again, it shows me that
Maybe it's somewhere else.
somewhere in the drawing there is a collision. So
In 3D maybe. You can see.
So to create the shop drawings in this software, how about the combined splitter drawing?
sorry,
How about the combined splitter drawing?
combine.
CPW drawing. Combined splitter drawing. So like this is showing the clash with the duct, this is showing the wall.
Okay.
So you must be showing the opening for that wall. So
For the builder's work.
yeah, just
Yeah, if we
inside this one.
for builders work, I think we can do it with this software for builders work as well. Because wherever the duct is crossing, and I think we can do more better than Archicad for the builders work. We can use this software for the openings and because it gives you exactly sizes and the location and the dimension, whatever the requirement of the builders work. Because builders work, how like it takes long time to prepare the builders work drawing. So this drawing, if you prepare the builders work within this software, it will be very easy and very fast to make it happen.
For this project,
No, actually, basically, this project initially it has started only with the architectural, not with the MEP. We have prepared MEP shop drawings in AutoCAD 2D drawings. Later we found we got many complaints from the side that initial stage that we have no coordination properly with all other services. We have many issues. So I asked to my manager, well, why don't we have a 3D concept for the coordination purpose. So I never know that Archicad also have a like MEP option. So later I came to know that there is, so we purchased a new software and we started working on that. So since we are very new, we have not worked for builders working with this software. But I'm sure that if we further in new projects, we can work as a builders work as well. So this is the basic model which we have shown that how exactly it's going to work, the elbows and all fittings it will take.